The deadly opioid epidemic is a huge problem in our community. In Virginia alone, more than 2,600 people died from fentanyl overdoses in 2021. That's according to the most recent numbers from the CDC.
Yeah, the spike in deaths compelled Governor Glenn Youngkin to order the tracking of fentanyl use in the Commonwealth. That includes the testing of wastewater. So
how does it work? Well, we sent investigative reporter Nathan Baca to Delaware, where this type of testing is already being done.
An employee at New Castle County, Delaware's pumping station takes a sample of wastewater.
Sample over the course of the last 24 hours.
It's raw, untreated sewage, and it holds the answer to tracking this county's growing fentanyl abuse problem.
This stuff was everywhere. It wasn't just in certain neighborhoods, it was everywhere.
Wastewater fentanyl tracking can be so precise that it can tell if one neighborhood of around 3,000 to 4,000 people is experiencing a surge in fentanyl use separate from the next neighborhood.
Everybody poops. It's not a biased sample. It enables us to look in an unbiased way and say, hey, in this neighborhood where we never thought there were spikes in cocaine use and fentanyl use, we need to pay more attention to these neighborhoods. So it allows us as policymakers make decisions without traditional biases.
These samples are shipped to a lab run by BioBot in Massachusetts. We first told you about the company in 2020 testing Purcellville, Virginia's wastewater for COVID-19 virus.
It's really messy. Of course, there's our drugs in there, but there's also waste in there. And sometimes we even receive samples in the lab that have large macro particles, so things like corn and parsley, and we've even seen bugs in there.
The Virginia Department of Health is open to the lessons learned here at New Castle County, Delaware.
We're reaching out to other localities and states who are already monitoring fentanyl and wastewater, and also communicating with the CDC. We don't currently have funding for this, so we're exploring those options. So much of it depends on that. But I know the governor is excited for us to get this started. So I would definitely say that within a year we would be trying to launch this.
The goal, use sewage tracking to specifically target fentanyl assistance funds.
How do you allocate budget to send officers to do public relations campaigns? Where do you put billboards? Where do you send community partners to go and do basic community education? What schools do you invest in to do preventative education? It's all very helpful.
In New Castle County, Delaware, Nathan Baca, WUSA 9.
Wow, that last shot.
Did not see that coming.
Okay, so what comes next, huh? Governor Youngkin's order directs the Virginia Department of Health to develop a cost-effective plan by September to implement wastewater monitoring of fentanyl use.